Hello again. I rather think that some viewers will be surprised at the idea that Muslims in this country are second-class citizens. It sometimes seems that the boot is altogether on the other foot, and that it is we who are treated as second-class citizens in our own country. Such is the reverence accorded to Islam in Britain, they are able to get away with a good deal more than Hindus, Christians, or Buddhists. The authorities come down pretty sharpish on those who offend Muslims in a way that they do not when it comes to other faiths. However, the Institute for Race Relations published a report yesterday, which is reviewed in The Guardian by somebody called Haroon Sadiq, who, since he is himself a Muslim, might reasonably be expected to endorse their findings. This concerns the power that the government has to strip people of British citizenship under certain circumstances. Although the powers are in theory extensive, in practice they are used only against Muslims from immigrant families in this country who travel overseas and take part in wars against Britain and her allies. I had best not say what my own remedy would be for the problem of British citizens who take up arms against the British Army, but I will remark that after the Second World War, several such traitors were dealt with swiftly and permanently. Being stripped of their citizenship would have been considered in those days a very soft option indeed. These people are in fact guilty of treason. In the description to this video, I give a link to the article in The Guardian, and the report itself is readily available, although almost indigestible. Let's see what Haroon Sadiq has to say about it. The Institute of Race Relations says that the targets of such powers are almost exclusively Muslims, mostly of South Asian heritage, embedding discrimination and creating a lesser form of citizenship. Well, yes, those powers are indeed used almost exclusively against Pakistanis and Bangladeshis and those from Pakistani and Bangladeshi families. But that's because it is people of that heritage who keep nipping off to Syria, Iraq and elsewhere and joining armed groups fighting against British interests. Stop doing that and you won't be in any danger at all of losing your citizenship. Then we come across a direct lie. The IRR's report was published on Sunday amid renewed controversy over the case of Shamima Begum, who was smuggled into the hands of Islamic State aged 15. She was not smuggled anywhere at all. The thumbnail to this video shows Begum and two friends who travelled to Turkey and then simply slipped across the border of their own accord into Syria. Nobody smuggled her anywhere. That's quite false, and it's designed to stir up sympathy for her. The report is quoted as saying, while a native British citizen who has access to no other citizenship can commit the most heinous crimes without jeopardising his right to remain British, none of the estimated 6 million British citizens with access to another citizenship can feel confident in the perpetual nature of their citizenship. None of those 6 million people need have the least apprehension about being deprived of their citizenship, as long as they do not travel abroad and start taking part in an armed struggle against Britain and its allies. Would such people rather face trial under the Treason Act, I wonder? This makes it high treason for anybody who adhered to the king's enemies in his realm, giving them aid and comfort in his realm or elsewhere. Perhaps we should have a good look at some Muslim organisations in this country and see if they are indeed adhering to the king's enemies in his realm and giving them aid and comfort. I've been accused in the comments here in the past of being too soft on Islam, especially since I mentioned before that I've prayed in some of the great mosques of the world. For example, the Umayyad Mosque in Damascus, Al-Aqsa in Jerusalem and Sultan Ahmed in Istanbul. But this does not indicate that I entertain any tolerance for fifth columnists and quislings in this country. Those who have been granted citizenship here and then go on to conspire against this country are the worst kind of traitors, and I would be very happy to see a few treason trials held, of the kind which dealt so promptly in 1945 with people like John Amory and William Joyce.